Hey guys, what's going on? If you're new here, welcome. My name is BrittanyNichole. I have hooded eyes and I tend to do a lot of hooded eyeshadow tutorials on my channel, but today we're going to do something a little bit different. We are doing a full face of makeup under $10. So let's face it, makeup is super expensive, and a lot of times when I sit here and do my makeup, I don't take into account how much things are, how much the brushes I'm using are, and it could quickly rack up to over $200 worth of product, and that is the last thing that I want to endorse, I guess. I am such a drugstore girl, and I think there are so many good drugstore products, from brushes to tools to makeup itself. You can get a stunning face under $10. So I have not practiced this. I've just pulled some of my favorites under $10, and we're gonna go ahead and see how they perform today as compared to me just doing my makeup on a normal day where I'm not paying attention to prices. So if you are interested in seeing that, go ahead and keep watching. Alright, so it was a tough choice for me today between the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Water Drop Primer, because this feels really good on the skin, and the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Wet n Wild since I have tried the e.l.f. a couple times and I just don't love it. So I'm going to take just a little bit of the Wet n Wild Primer. My skin, as you could see, is breaking out a little bit, and I'm not entirely sure why. I'm not sure if it was the Wet n Wild Stick Foundation. That was when my face kind of started to react. It also might be the La Roche-Posay sunscreen that I've been trying. I don't know, something is not agreeing with my skin, but I hope it's not this primer, because like I said, I really like how it feels on my skin, and I do feel like it makes my makeup go on a lot smoother. It doesn't fill in any pores or anything like that I can see. It does have a little bit of a silicone-y texture to it. There's dimethicone in it, so just be wary of that if you don't like silicones, but I do like how it makes my skin look, and I do like how it makes the foundation go on top of it. So in an ideal world, I would let this sink in for like 15 minutes because that's what I like to do with my primers, but we're not going to do that today. I am going to take the Wet n Wild primer as well. I'm going to try to go in with as many steps as possible. You guys know me, I keep my makeup really simple, but I want to give you guys options for those of you who do all of these steps, or some of them that I don't do. So I'm going to take the Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 primer and spray that a couple of times on my skin before we go in with foundation. Like I said, this guy is really scented. The primer itself isn't as scented as this, but if you are sensitive to smell, you won't like this because it is pretty scented. So let's go ahead and go in with the foundation that I just knocked over. It's the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I have a whole video on this, as well as the concealer that we're gonna use. They're both Milani. I love these. Now, if I wasn't doing an under $10 challenge, I would go in with the L'Oreal Infallible, but that one is a little bit more expensive. It's like $11.99, I think. Yes, if you used a coupon, you could probably get it cheaper. So if you want to see a full review on this, check out that video. For now, I'm going to go ahead and just apply it. And for my first tool, we're going in with the Japanese Kumadori sponge. This is under $10 and my favorite sponge in the world. So something I'm noticing right away is this primer is not playing very nicely with this foundation. I've been using this foundation for a while now, and I really love it. And it's looking a little bit dry with this primer, so that's a good note for me. I will not be using this primer again with this foundation. Around my nose especially, that probably has to do with the dimethicone. I don't typically use silicone-based primers, so these don't play nicely together if you have them. Just an FYI, I could see some dryness around my nose area. The foundation is about a shade darker than what I need, so I did blend it down the neck a little bit. We're gonna go in with the next tried and true product. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. This looks so good for a drugstore concealer. Again, I have a whole video on this along with the foundation. I really, really like this stuff. So I'm gonna go in and just apply a little concealer under the eyes and wherever else I need it. So the foundation is definitely full coverage. If you build it up where I did, like on the cheek area, you could see it really covered the redness in my cheeks, and this concealer is definitely high medium coverage, almost full as well. Very hydrating, under the eyes, which is something that I absolutely need. My eyes cannot take a matte drying formula, as you saw with the e.l.f. and the Revlon Infallible concealer that I just tried. So I really like this Milani concealer. This is like second best to my Too Faced Born This Way, which says a lot. All right, so that is the base completed. I'm actually not gonna go in and set under my eyes. I've been trying to not set under my eyes. It's been so cold and so snowy in Chicago. My under eyes are just not looking good. And no matter what, when I'm going in with powder, they kind of look a little more dry. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I haven't tried this with the Milani. I have tried it with the Too Faced and it actually looked really good. And I liked that I had the ability to just pat it out as I got done with my makeup. If you set it, you obviously can't do that. It's not gonna change things. God bless you, Theo. So we're gonna go in with, I don't think I need to set, you know, I'm gonna set a little bit. Like I said, I do wanna try most products that everybody might be using. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. finishing powder. This is in the shade Fair Light. And I'm just gonna take that on a EcoTools fluffy brush. These are very affordable. You can get these at like TJ Maxx or Ulta or CVS or Walgreens or Walmart, wherever. And I'm just gonna set a little bit on the perimeter of my face where I'm gonna start to kind of blend product. And I do wanna set my little blemish area. This really doesn't add much coverage at all. So it's really good for just kind of setting everything down. I like that this doesn't change the texture of what you've got going on, so I still have a little bit of like glow to my skin. This is a good product. I always forget about this. I use the mirror a lot, but the product itself I don't use so much. So let's go in with contour and bronzer. For my contour, I'm using the Catrice Prime and Fine palette. This is in Ashy Radiance. This is such a good contour color if you're fair skinned. And then as for bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild bronzer in Sunset Striptease. I know this looks really dark, but it's super buildable, so you could go in with a light hand and still use this as bronzer. You could also go in with this as a bronzer if you wanted to, but like I said, I want to do both steps. I don't typically contour. I'm usually just a bronzer girl, but I do want to go ahead and do everything. So let me grab a more affordable brush. All right, so for our contour brush, we're going to go in with the Wet n Wild P53. This is from their Ice Dragon Fire Dragon collection. This is such a good brush. And I'm going to dip into the Catrice Ashy Radiance, just the contour color, and start to contour the face. I don't love this for on the forehead. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I really prefer it for just the cheek area to kind of carve it out. See how it's that kind of perfect contour color if you're fair colored. It just works super, super well for my skin. And I've seen on YouTube it works for a lot of other fair skin girls. I'm also going to take that on a Real Techniques blending brush and just carve out this area, which I always like to do. See how that really defines that area? I think you can really see it on camera right now. It just makes my eyes look a lot bigger, and I really like it. And then for bronzer, I'm just gonna use this Urban Studio brush. This was $4.99 from TJ Maxx, and it's like one of my favorite bronzing brushes. So I'm just gonna start to bronze up with the Wet n Wild. See how it just covers an area so fast, and the pigment in this is beautiful. It is kind of easy to go overboard though, so I need to reel it in. All right, and then I'm just gonna take that EcoTools brush and just kind of blur the edges a little bit so it's not stark. All right, and then for blush, I'm gonna go in with the Essence Satin Touch Blush in Satin Coral. These are beautiful and $2.99. They have two colors, this one and then another one called Satin Love, which is a little more pinky, but these are so pretty. The formula is beautiful. I want them to come out with a million more shades. I'm just taking that on that same Wet n Wild brush that I contoured with. Like, so pretty. I feel like I say this in almost every single video that I use these blushes in, but if you're gonna pick up anything, pick these up because they're so pretty and so pigmented. I absolutely love them. The finish is really just a satin finish and looks so good on the skin. They just need to come out with a lot more colors. So let's go in with the next product before my cat knocks down my light. Okay, we good? Great. Please don't do that. Thank you. Let's go ahead and move on to highlighter. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Master Chrome. I'm going to go in with the Nikkie Tutorials version. Everybody knows these are so good. I just jumped on this bandwagon a few, I think, I don't know, maybe it's over a month. Yeah, I think it's over a month now, but these are just so pretty and look so good on the skin. They do highlight texture a little bit, but it's not horrible, and I'm taking that on a Wet n Wild highlighting brush. It's weird going in with a highlighting brush like this again because I've been using the Anastasia one since I got it. So this feels off. And then I always blend out my highlight with my sponge just so it really meshes in with the skin. Then again on that Real Techniques brush, I'm gonna just throw that in the inner corner. All right, and as for brows, I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera, but I'm gonna use this Catrice eyebrow powder. I don't think they have this specific one anymore, but I do think that they have another brow powder. If they don't, you can use seriously any brow powder you have. This is just what I have available. Normally I use my Anastasia medium brown. This is a little bit darker, but still super pigmented. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that using this e.l.f. eyebrow brush duo, which is like $3. So I'm gonna do that off camera because it takes so long, and then I will come back here with finished brows, and I'm going to go ahead and set them with I'm not gonna use that. There's a L'Oreal brow setting powder. I can't seem to find it in front of me, but I will show you how I do that when I come back with the powder on my eyebrows. All right, brows are on. They're definitely a bit warmer and darker than usual. Like I said, I'm really used to that Anastasia brow powder, but I like them. They still look good. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and go in and set. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist, and it's just a clear brow gel with a very, very tiny tip, and I like it a lot. And it kind of takes down some of the harshness of brows, I feel like, when you put this in. So I'm gonna really kind of push the brows up. This is a really good drugstore option for a clear brow gel. My absolute favorite brow gel is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Set, but see how that just kind of breaks it up a little bit and makes it look a little more like brow hairs? I like that a lot. All right, so before we go in with eyeshadow, I always like to give myself a little spritz. So I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild 3-in-1 Primer Water again, just to kind of take down some of the powders since we have gone in with a lot of them. So I'm just gonna give myself a couple of sprays. As in like 15. And then again, I just kind of like to press that into the skin with my beauty sponge. And then we're gonna go ahead and go in with our eyeshadow. So I'm not gonna do a full-on tutorial for this because this video would be way too long. It probably already is. But I'm gonna go in with the Profusion Infatuation palette. I just did a video using the Wanderlust palette, and this formula is so good and only $9.99, and it comes with a brush that I'm definitely going to be using. I'm going to be using the brush that comes with the set, a Wet n Wild blending brush, a Morphe pencil brush, a ColourPop pencil brush, and an e.l.f. smudger brush. So I'm going to go in with majority of these, but I am going to fast forward through this because the video will be way too long, but you'll get an idea when I fast forward through it. Oh, and I am going to use a primer as well, just in case some of you use primers. I'm using the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is really good stuff. All right, I need to stop myself from doing more on the eyes. I could go forever. This palette is just as stunning as Wanderlust. No fallout whatsoever. I went in with 1, 2, 3, 4 shades and then a touch of the 5th shade, which I ended up covering anyway. So I am going to move on to eyeliner. I'm going in with my tried and true Essence eyeliner pen. This is wonderful. I have a whole video on how I do eyeliner for hooded eyes, so you could check out that. I'm going to do this off camera as well, because again, this video is going to be so long. I just posted a video as well where I show you how I use this pen. So lots of tutorials out there if you're wondering how I do my winged liner. I am going to go on top of that with the brown shade in the palette, Tease, so it softens it a little bit. I think that this liquid liner, like liquid liner in general, is a little bit harsh for me, but this lasts all day and is so easy to use. And I think from what I can see, I've never tried the Benefit roller liner, but I think this is pretty comparable from what I can see. But again, that's just going off what I've seen. And then I'm going to apply lashes and mascara all off camera. For my lashes, I'm using the CoverGirl Exhibitionist in the Very Black shade. This is such a good mascara. It is very black and it kind of reminds me of Lash Paradise Better Than Sex, just a smaller wand, which is great for my hooded eyes. And then I am going to go in with some lashes. I'm going to use the Kiss Naked Drama lashes in Lacy. Those are $6.99 and beautiful. So when I come back here, I will have a liner on. As far as a liner on the waterline, I'm going to go in with my Physicians Formula Black on the upper waterline, and I might go in with a red NYX liner for the lower waterline, but I'm not sure. I'll see when I put my lashes on. So I will be right back here when all that stuff is done. Alright you guys, lashes and liner are on. I didn't end up going with those Kiss lashes. I went with the Allure Jasmine Brown JB. I think that's how you pronounce them. I'll list them down below, but they're super pretty and just really easy to get on, and I couldn't find the Kiss lashes anywhere. So we're going to go ahead and quickly do one more spritz of the Wet n Wild Rose just to really settle everything in. And then we're gonna go in with our lip products. I love the Revlon Smoked Peach. This is a matte lip, just a regular lipstick. I almost called it a liquid lipstick, which is clearly not. And I think this is really hydrating on the lips. Even though it's a matte formula, it's not super matte. So we're gonna go ahead and apply this. I'm not using any liner today just because I didn't want to, but if I did wanna go in with a liner, I would go in with a NYX liner pencil. Those are my favorite drugstore affordable. Actually, the LA Girl might be my favorite. I just recently got a couple of LA Girl lip liners and they're beautiful. So I'm just gonna go in with this. My cats, sorry. Guys, don't fight. And I don't really need a gloss with this, but I am gonna go ahead and just add a touch of the Wet n Wild Featherless lip gloss just in the center. Alright you guys, and this is a completed makeup look using makeup under $10. I think this turned out so well. Every product I used performed super well. Like I said in the beginning, the primer's not playing that well with the foundation, so I'm going to keep that in mind if I'm ever going to go in with either or. I know not to use them together, but I think this turned out really pretty, and it just goes to show that if you're on a budget, you can get a full-on beautiful glam look for under $10. Just keep in mind, typically when you're using more affordable products, the ingredients might not be as good as the higher end, and keyword is might, because that's not always the case. A lot of times you're just paying for the brand name. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you guys have any questions, as always, please leave them down below. I try to respond to each and every one of your comments. Otherwise, if you're interested in seeing any more videos from me, please subscribe. I'll also leave my Instagram down below if you want to follow me on there. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.